Today, I'm revealing 5 metabolism mistakes that quietly wrecked my fat-burning ability after 40 and the simple fixes that turned it back on. Most women who stop mistake number 5 give themselves permission to eat again and feel lighter within the first week. We're counting down from 5 to the #1 most powerful metabolic reset of all. Here's the thing. Each mistake on this map feeds the others. Fix one and you get some relief. Fix all 5 and your metabolism stops fighting you. That's why you need the complete path. See this woman? This is Emma. She told me she was eating less than her teenage daughter, working out 6 days a week and still gaining belly fat. Stay with me until the end. I'll reveal her transformation and you'll have the complete roadmap to fix your metabolism like she did. Mistake number 5. Restriction is sabotaging your progress. Listen, you might be wondering, Claudia, if I just have more willpower, can't I stick to a strict plan? And I thought the exact same thing. I'd cut out wine, bread, pasta, dessert, literally anything that made food enjoyable. I'd be perfect for a week, maybe 2 if I really white-knuckled it. And then I'd crack. I'd eat an entire sleeve of crackers standing at the counter or demolish a pint of ice cream in one sitting. Then I'd hate myself, swear I'd start over Monday, and the whole cycle would repeat. I thought I was weak. Turns out, I was just doing something that biologically doesn't work. Here's what's going on. When you restrict entire food groups or eat way below your body's needs, you create psychological and physical deprivation. Your brain starts obsessing over the foods you can't have, and your body ramps up hunger hormones like ghrelin and lowers satiety hormones like leptin. Eventually, you can't fight it anymore, and you binge. A 2018 study in the International Journal of Eating Disorders found that restrictive dieting was one of the strongest predictors of binge eating behaviors, and that women over 40 were particularly vulnerable due to hormonal fluctuations that affect hunger and satiety signals. Think of it this way. It's like holding your breath underwater. You can do it for a little while, right? But eventually, your body overrides your willpower and forces you to come up for air. Restriction is the same. You can white-knuckle it for a few days or weeks, but your biology will always win. And when it does, you don't just eat a normal amount, you overeat because your body's been in panic mode, thinking it's starving. The fix is not more restriction. It's giving yourself permission to eat in a way that's sustainable and enjoyable. Here's the framework I use now. 80% of the time, I eat whole, nutrient-dense foods, lean protein, vegetables, healthy fats, some fruit, some carbs around my workouts. The other 20%, I eat whatever I actually want without guilt. Maybe it's a glass of wine with dinner, or some dark chocolate, or real pizza on a Friday night. The key is this: nothing is off limits. When you know you can have something anytime you want, the obsession goes away. I'm not white-knuckling my way through a party anymore. I'm eating what sounds good, enjoying it, and moving on. Here's what that looks like. If I want bread with dinner, I have bread. I just make sure I've also had my protein and vegetables. If I want dessert, I have dessert, but I'm not eating it standing over the sink in secret. I'm sitting down, enjoying it, and not making it a moral issue. Food doesn't have moral value. And here's the other piece. I stopped labeling foods as good or bad. Food is just food. Some of it is more nutrient-dense, some of it is less, but none of it has power over me anymore because I'm not restricting. Watch out for these 3 mistakes. Mistake 1, thinking you need to be perfect to see results. Perfection is what keeps you stuck in the restrict-binge cycle. Progress, not perfection. Consistency over time beats short bursts of extreme behavior every single time. Mistake 2, cutting out entire food groups because you think that's the only way to lose fat. Unless you have a genuine allergy, there's no reason to eliminate carbs, fats, or any other macro. Balance and moderation actually work better long-term than extremes. And mistake 3, beating yourself up after eating something off-plan and using that as an excuse to binge for the rest of the day. One meal doesn't ruin anything. It's what you do consistently over weeks and months that matters. Eat the thing, enjoy it, and get back to your normal routine at the next meal. Here's your homework. Pick one food you've been restricting or labeling as bad and give yourself permission to have it this week without guilt, without compensating by eating less later. Just have it, enjoy it, and notice how the sky doesn't fall. Mistake number 4, following advice meant for women in their 20s. Okay, I can almost hear you saying, Claudia, doesn't healthy living work the same way for everyone? And honestly, I used to think that too. I was following fitness influencers in their 20s, doing their 16-hour fasting protocols, their low-carb everything, and I could not figure out why my body felt like it was actively rebelling against me. Turns out, perimenopause and menopause change everything. My hormones were completely different. My recovery needs were different, and my metabolism had completely different rules. Let me break down what's happening in your body. After 40, estrogen and progesterone start declining, and those hormones don't just affect your period, they affect your metabolism, your muscle mass, your insulin sensitivity, your sleep, your stress response, all of it. When estrogen drops, you lose muscle faster, store fat more easily, especially around your middle, and recover more slowly from intense exercise. A 2022 review in the North American Menopause Society journal found that women in perimenopause and postmenopause require different macronutrient ratios, different exercise intensities, and different recovery protocols compared to younger women to maintain metabolic health. Do you remember Emma from the beginning of this video? In just a few minutes, I'm going to reveal her shocking transformation. Stay with me. Here's the bottom line. Your body at 45 is not your body at 25. It's like trying to run new software on old hardware. It doesn't work the same way. What worked when you had sky-high estrogen doesn't work when your hormones have completely shifted. Fasting for 16 hours might have been fine in your 20s. Now, it spikes your cortisol and makes you lose muscle. Here's the practical part. You need to eat and move in a way that supports your current hormones, not your old ones. First, carbs are not your enemy, especially around your workouts. When estrogen is lower, your body doesn't handle blood sugar as well, and it needs carbs to fuel your muscles and support recovery. I'm talking about 30 to 50 grams of healthy carbs after strength training, sweet potato, rice, oats, fruit. Second, you can't do intense exercise every single day anymore. Your cortisol doesn't recover the way it used to. So you do strength training 3 days, walking or low-intensity movement 3 to 4 days, and maybe one higher intensity session if you feel good. Rest and recovery are not optional. They're where the magic happens. Third, fasting needs to be way gentler. If you're going to fast, make sure you're eating enough protein and healthy fats when you do eat. Long fast without eating enough protein and healthy fats spikes cortisol and can actually make fat loss harder when your hormones are already shifting. And here's the mindset shift that matters most. Stop comparing yourself to 25-year-olds on Instagram. Their bodies are in a completely different hormonal state. What works for them might actively harm you. You need strategies designed for your body, your hormones, your stage of life. Now, here's what trips people up. Mistake 1, doing extreme fasting because some fitness influencer swears by it. If she's 28 with high estrogen, of course it works for her. You're dealing with different hormones and different metabolic needs. Long fasts like 3 days fasting, 7 days fasting can wreck your metabolism at this stage. Mistake 2, cutting out all carbs because you think they're making you gain weight. Carbs support your thyroid, your energy, your workouts, and your sleep. The problem isn't carbs, it's eating them at the wrong times or in the wrong amounts. Strategic carbs around your workouts can actually help you build muscle and burn fat. Mistake 3, pushing through exhaustion because you think more is always better. If you're wrecked and your body's screaming for rest, another intense workout is not the answer. It's making things worse. Rest is productive. Recovery is where your metabolism heals. Okay, here's what you do next. This week, add 1 serving of healthy carbs after your strength training sessions. Maybe it's half a sweet potato or a cup of berries with Greek yogurt, just 1 post-workout carb meal. See how your energy feels. But if your workouts aren't even building the right foundation, none of this matters. Which brings me to mistake number 3. And this one blew my mind when I finally figured it out. Mistake number 3, obsessing over weight loss instead of actually getting healthy. Look, I already know what you're thinking. Claudia, isn't the whole point to lose weight? And listen, I get it. I was there. I'd celebrate losing 3 pounds even if I felt like absolute garbage. Exhausted, foggy-brained, hair thinning, no energy to do anything I actually enjoyed. I thought the number on the scale was the only thing that mattered. But here's what I missed. Skinny doesn't mean healthy, and my body was literally falling apart trying to hit some arbitrary number from my 20s that didn't even make sense anymore. Here's the biology behind this. When you focus only on weight loss, you often sacrifice the things that actually make you healthy. Muscle mass, bone density, hormone balance, energy, sleep quality, mental clarity. And the crazy part? When you prioritize health markers instead of just the scale, that loss often happens as a natural side effect. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Women's Health found that women over 40 who focused on improving strength, energy levels, and metabolic health markers saw better long-term body composition changes than those who focused solely on calorie restriction and weight loss. Here's what this really means. Chasing a number on the scale is like trying to fix your car by only looking at the speedometer. It doesn't tell you if your engine's healthy or if you're about to break down on the side of the road. Your body's the same way. You can lose weight and still have terrible bone density, sky-high cortisol, horrible sleep, and 0 muscle mass. That's not health. That's just smaller. Okay, so what does this look like in real life? You shift your focus from how much do I weigh to how do I feel and function. Here's what I started tracking instead of the scale. Can I lift my groceries without my back hurting? Do I have stable energy all day, or am I crashing at 2 p.m.? Am I sleeping through the night? Is my brain actually working? Those are the markers that matter, not whether you're 5 pounds lighter but still exhausted and miserable. Here's the practical shift. Instead of, I need to lose 20 pounds, your goal becomes, I want to build strength, stabilize my energy, sleep better, and feel like myself again. And you measure progress differently. How much weight can you lift now versus 3 months ago? How's your mood, your digestion, your focus? The wild part? When I stopped obsessing over the scale and started asking, will this make me healthier or just smaller, everything changed. I started exercising to build strength, not burn calories. And my body responded by getting leaner and stronger, but as a side effect, not the only goal. Let me tell you the mistakes I see constantly. Mistake 1, weighing yourself every single day and letting that number control your mood and your food choices. The scale doesn't show muscle gain, water retention, or hormonal fluctuations, and all 3 are happening constantly in your 40s and beyond. Mistake 2, celebrating weight loss even when you feel terrible. If you lost 5 pounds but you're exhausted, irritable, and your hair's falling out, that's not success. That's your body breaking down. Mistake 3, thinking that being smaller automatically equals healthier. You can be thin and metabolically unhealthy. You can have a good weight and terrible bone density, high cortisol, and hormonal chaos. The number doesn't tell the whole story. Let me give you one simple thing to try. For the next 2 weeks, don't weigh yourself. I'm serious. Instead, track one health marker. Maybe it's your energy level from 1 to 10 each day, or how many push-ups you can do, or whether you're sleeping through the night. See what happens when you shift your focus. Now, you can shift your mindset all you want, but if you're doing the wrong type of exercise, you're still fighting an uphill battle. That was mistake number 2. Before mistake 2, I just want to say, behind every video is a ton of effort, and the best reward is knowing you enjoyed it. By liking and commenting, you give me the motivation to keep creating more content. Thank you. Mistake number 2. All cardio, no strength training. You're probably sitting there thinking, Claudia, cardio burns more calories, so isn't that better for fat loss? That's exactly what I thought. I was running, spinning, doing step classes, anything that made me sweat and got my heart rate up. But here's what I didn't realize. All that cardio was eating away at my muscle. And after 40, muscle is literally your metabolic currency. Here's how this actually works. Muscle tissue burns more calories at rest than fat tissue does. So the more muscle you have, the higher your resting metabolism, even when you're just sitting on the couch. But when you only do cardio, especially steady-state cardio for long periods, your body starts breaking down muscle for fuel. And women naturally lose 3 to 8% of their muscle mass per decade after age 30. A 2021 meta-analysis published in Sports Medicine found that resistance training in perimenopausal and postmenopausal women not only preserved muscle mass, but also significantly improved insulin sensitivity and fat oxidation compared to cardio-only exercise. Let me put this in plain English. Muscle is like your body's engine. The bigger the engine, the more fuel it burns, even when you're just sitting there doing nothing. Cardio doesn't build that engine, it actually shrinks it over time. So you're working harder and harder to burn the same amount of calories, and your metabolism is getting slower and slower because you're losing the one thing that keeps it revved up. So how do you actually do this? You lift weights, real weights, not the little pink dumbbells. I'm talking about weights that feel challenging by the last few reps. Here's the basic framework. 3 days a week of strength training. Focus on compound movements, things like squats, deadlifts, lunges, rows, chest presses, shoulder presses. These moves work multiple muscle groups at once. And here are the numbers that actually matter. Aim for 8 to 12 reps per set for 3 to 4 sets per exercise. Pick a weight where the last 2 reps feel hard but doable. If you can easily do 15 reps, the weight's too light. You can still do some cardio. I'm not saying quit it entirely, but make it 20 to 30 minutes of walking or something low impact. Save the intense stuff for once or twice a week max, and prioritize strength training as your foundation. What does a week look like? Monday, lower body strength. Wednesday, upper body strength. Friday, full body. Saturday, a long walk or light bike ride. That's it. Here's where most women mess this up. Mistake 1, lifting weights that are way too light because you're afraid of getting bulky. Listen, you're not gonna wake up looking like a bodybuilder. You don't have the testosterone for that. What you will do is build lean muscle that torches fat and keeps your metabolism healthy. Mistake 2, doing endless reps with no real resistance. Lifting 5-pound dumbbells for 25 reps isn't strength training, it's cardio with props. You need to challenge your muscles with actual load to see results. Mistake 3, skipping strength training altogether because you think cardio is the only way to burn fat. Cardio burns calories during the workout, but strength training builds muscle that burns calories 24/7, even while you sleep. So here's your action step. Hook 1 lower body exercise and 1 upper body exercise. Do 3 sets of 10 reps with a weight that feels challenging. That's it. You just started building your metabolism back up. But here's the thing. You can lift all the weights in the world and still struggle if you're making my first and biggest mistake. This one nearly destroyed me. Mistake number 1, eating like a bird while exercising like a machine. I know right now you're probably thinking, Claudia, if I want to lose fat, don't I need to eat less and move more? Listen, I thought the exact same thing. I was eating around 1,200 calories a day while doing these intense boot camp classes 5 times a week. In my mind, I was crushing it, doing everything right. Turns out, I was teaching my body to survive on scraps while asking it to run a marathon. Here's the simple science behind this. When you eat too little for too long, especially while you're over-exercising, your body doesn't trust that food is coming, so it slows down your metabolism to conserve energy. It's survival mode. At the same time, all that intense exercise without enough fuel spikes cortisol, your stress hormone. And when cortisol stays elevated, your body holds on to belly fat like it's preparing for a famine. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that chronic calorie restriction combined with excessive exercise significantly increased cortisol levels in midlife women, which directly interfered with fat metabolism and promoted abdominal fat storage. Here's the simple truth. It's like trying to drive cross-country on an empty gas tank. Your body is smart, and it knows it needs energy to survive. So when you're eating 1,200 calories but burning way more than that through exercise, your metabolism doesn't speed up to help you lose fat, it slows down to keep you alive. And that cortisol spike? That's your body's alarm system literally screaming, "We're in danger here, hold on to every single calorie." So what do you do with that information? You eat enough to support your activity level, not starve yourself through it. Here's the practical part. Most women over 40 need somewhere between 1,600 to 2,000 calories a day, depending on activity level, not 1,200. And here's where it gets specific. You need to prioritize protein at every single meal. I'm talking 25 to 35 grams of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Protein protects your muscle mass, keeps you full, and signals to your body that it's safe to let go of stored fat. Now, common mistakes I see all the time, and look, I made every single one. Mistake 1, thinking more exercise always equals more fat loss. It doesn't. If you're under-eating and over-exercising, you're just driving up cortisol and killing your metabolism. Your body literally can't tell the difference between a famine and a diet. Mistake 2, eating the same low calories every single day without adjusting for your actual energy needs. If you're active, you need fuel. Otherwise, your metabolism adapts down to match what you're eating, and fat loss stalls completely. Mistake 3, skipping meals or fasting for long periods while doing intense workouts. This combo is cortisol rocket fuel. You end up ravenous, your blood sugar crashes, and you're way more likely to binge later because your body is desperate for energy. It's not a willpower problem, it's biology. And now, look at Emma. Look at this transformation. She didn't do hours of cardio, she didn't starve. She simply followed the steps we walked through in this video. Emma did it, and so can you. If you are ready to be the next success story, start applying these tips today. The fitness industry hates this video. Click right here to watch now. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video.